So welcome everyone to Yoga in the Barn, and everyone here, welcome to Barn in the Yoga. That's like the joke of the year, I think. It's pretty good. Okay, so we've been looking at standing poses, and we've been looking at front bending and back bending of the spine. And I want to continue to do that. But let's just start for a moment lying on your backs. Last time we were lying on a rolled up yoga mat. If you like that, you're welcome to do it, but we'll keep it just simple. Lying on your backs. And let's start with the legs long and wide. If it doesn't hurt you, bother your back there. So wide legs and a little bit wide arms. Yeah. There is a tendency when we lie down to get all, especially if you haven't bought a yoga mat and have them practicing, this tendency to get all sort of symmetrical and to bring the arms in. But it's interesting if you widen the legs and you widen the arms, and you'll notice that the leg wants to turn out a little, and you let that happen. Take your hands and place them on your groins, where the quadriceps, the big four-headed muscle of your thigh, comes up onto the pelvis, and the groin is that slightly more inner thigh area. Just let the weight and the warmth of your hand be there. Let the leg turn out and settle, and allow the back to curve. It's like all the sequences that go into fish pose. As you turn the legs out in this kind of position, the lower back is going to, at some point, want to curve, and just allow that to happen. So you'll feel the middle of the sacrum pressing down into the ground, and you'll feel the lumbars coming off the floor. And there's nothing simple about that. And let's come back to those basic vocabulary ease. The sense of weight, and how tuning into the sense of weight does something really special to vision and word, the way we label things and the way we look at them, and then the way we are still looking at them even when we close our eyes. And one of the things is our own body. We start to favor looking at it and the selfie over embodiment. Embodiment does not mean necessarily looking at, it means being in and with. So the sense of weight, and then noticing the breath. Just noticing the breath. Don't put the breath in some kind of correct place, but notice the breath. So take one hand and put it on your belly, now from the groins, and the other hand put it on your chest. And notice when you have an ordinary breath that both the chest and the belly move. It's a simple, ordinary, peaceful breathing. And let the shoulders be heavy. The legs are getting heavier and heavier. So the sense of weight gently teases us away from looking at, and it opens the door to the garden, and we realize what I've been calling nearness. We realize that our embodiment is very near. It is us, it is just what it is. And the sense of weight is a big part of sensing ourselves in this moment on the ground. Such an early part of our story. as we are born into gravity onto our mother's arms, lap. Okay, and then let the arms go wide again, away from the belly and chest. Just take a moment to let the shoulders and the arms be heavy on the ground. It's more maybe something we allow or undo. And then a little gentle wobbling of the head. Easy wobbling of the head. So instead of labeling good tension, bad tension, I feel relaxed, I don't feel relaxed, my back is not flat, my back is super flat. Try to go away from that descriptive judging and just be curious about these rich eddies of tension, and then other places where the river is more languid and soft and quiet. Try to welcome both. Also, if something's more comfortable or less comfortable, try to welcome the range. Okay, so we're going to let the arms grow a bit. The past few classes we've been talking about the fingers don't just pop out of the end of your arm. The fingers are growing inside your arm, let's say from where the heart and the top ribs of the chest and the bottom ribs of the neck. Imagine that your fingers are growing out and they're widening, they're opening the hand, they're long, you feel a connection from the axis to the periphery. And these long, wide arms, fingery arms that are facing the sky, lift off the ground maybe 5 centimeters. I'm doing it here if you're not sure. Yeah. Let them be off the ground and they may bounce around a bit. So you don't need to effort to keep them still, but keep them, and they're not stiff, they are tensile. It's like the world is pulling on them. You haven't stiffened them. They're just tensile. Full of water and pressure and life. And then these arms are going to float up. And as they float up, notice your spine sinking down, your shoulder blades sinking down. They're long, tensile, open structures. And they float up until the finger pads and the palms touch. When you're practicing on your own, you can do this very, very slowly. It has it does a different work. But now we're using like a middle speed and they go back down, down. Keep growing long. So the movement of the arm is opening the inner spaces of your chest and then release the arm completely on the floor. So we're going to turn the arm a quarter turn so that the little finger is on the ground and the palms are facing your feet. The hand is open. The arm comes off the ground a few centimeters. Feel that without getting stiff, you're kind of opening the inside of your chest. The belly, the legs are very heavy, and the arms are going up. The thumbs are moving towards each other. The arms are going up. Middle speed. The thumbs touch. And the arms are going down. Don't look at the movement. Be in the richness of the exploration. You're not thinking about it. And you're open. I give you a frame and then it's open to play with. And the baby fingers touch the ground. And now the arms turn 1/4 turn so that the palms are flat on the ground. Feel what's pulling, feel what's opening. Often it's the nerves in their fascial pathways that we feel pulling and releasing. So just enjoy what you feel. Palms are flat. Back of the hand is facing the sky. The arms come off the ground. Don't let the arms tilt too much. Palm facing down. Opening long through the arms, and then beginning to come up through the arm, through the arm, through the arm. Open. Huge, wide hands. Beautiful. Don't let the wrists bend. Keep the arm very long and away, and they touch. The back of the hands touch. Notice how different the two arms are. One will turn more than the other, etc. Great. Be very free between the shoulder blades and the vertebrae. And we're going down, we're going down, we're going down. Wobble the head. Opening, long, long, alive, alive, heavy through the spine from head to tail. And when you land, really let go. Okay, bring the arms all the way back round to palms up, and then go one more 1/4 turn. So it's thumbs down, palms facing your head direction. The hand is open, the arms come off the ground. Now, really open from the armpit to the elbow bit that's sticking up in the sky. Open in there, open. Don't pull in, don't retract. It will feel very nervy, and it's kind of wonderful. It's like flossing inside there. Long, long, long coming up. They're going to wobble and bounce. This is a very unusual movement for the arms. Open, open through the hands. Don't bend at the wrists. Open the fingers. Yeah. Make the lines very, very long. The longer you make it, the more you will pull your arms into wakefulness. The baby fingers touch, the spine is heavy, the arms are growing, and then we travel back down. Open, 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 open. Arms are bouncing around. Let yourself be very open from the armpits to the elbows, and let the arms drop, palms up. And just hang out with what you're receiving, especially the space in the chest, the way the arms are on the ground. Wobble the head a bit. Okay, so let's bring the legs, let's bend the legs and plant the feet. Heavy on the ground, arms very wide. Huge feet, huge feet. So don't begin this movement in tension. Push from the feet, allow the lower back to sink into the ground. Allow the tailbone to start to come up. So if you do yoga and you know all the names, this is Setu Bandhasana, the tail coming up. The spine hanging down with a string of pearls going up, huge feet, knees growing, 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 lengthening. Don't harden into a board. Stay hammocky. Go quite high up onto the top ribs. Keep rolling through. Let the vertebrae really roll on the ground. Keep going up. If you have to reposition your head, keep going up. So you're very, very high up on the shoulders. Keep going up. Keep lengthening the knees. And then we come down by hanging from the knees and the tail. Hanging, 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 hanging. Rolling through the heavy arms. Rolling through. The tail is the last thing Let the belly really sink onto the vertebrae. The tail is the last thing that hits the ground. Yeah. Brilliant. Breath. Big feet. Breath. Weight. Just wobbling the head a bit again. That's a sure way to check if more and more you're letting the weight of your body be on the ground. When we move the head, we really stimulate that release into weight. Rolling the head. Okay, so we're going to go into the mouth. We're going to let the lips come apart and the jaw come apart, upper and the lower jaw. You let it hang open. And make your way into your mouth. So sense the space, the moisture, the saliva. You know, sense what it's like, the cavity, whatever you imagine. You're just walking in the garden. You're not evaluating good or bad or anything like that. Just sensing. And then swallow. And as you swallow, see if you can feel the weight of the water traveling down into you, as it were. It's, for me, it is one of the great mysteries and utterly available things which we completely override all day long. The weight of our body and of its parts on a ground, in a world, in relation to others. We don't realize how much and how often we're not in the weight of this. We're in the vision, the thought, the anxiety, the idea, but we're not fully in the rich downpour, outpour, uppour, inpour of weight. Let the head wobble. Now, we're going to, when you're ready, so just I made that little interlude so you could really settle into it. When you're ready, huge feet, reaching with the tail, reaching with the knees, beginning to go up from the spine. That's nice. Try, that's it. Try to go up from the very tip of the tail, and the other bits are hanging off. So they hang down towards the floor. Yeah, that's it. And eventually you're higher and higher and higher. And then your arms literally melt. It's like butter right there between the shoulder blades. You know, you press the butter on the toast and it comes. So the higher you go, the more you melt along from arm to arm. Try not to gather the shoulders in order to get up there. That's it. That's it. So big feet, very big heels, toes. Keep going up. Keep going up. Now, when you're at the very top, let your arms float up vertically. So we're high up on the shoulders. We're high up on the shoulders. And the arms go vertically. It's okay there? Yeah. Soft but very vertical arms. Now, you're going to come down, but leave your arms there. You're going to come down. Stay there for a bit. Keep reaching with the tail. Yes. And then start to come down. Tail stays up. So it's like we are playing with the spine. Which part moves first? So the tail stays up and the spine releases down. arms are up. and eventually you've landed. And then you need to just take a moment to acknowledge that whole landing bit takes a few breaths. Few breaths, just noticing, allowing. Okay, and then let's accelerate this, but we're not rushing. The tail takes off again and you go up. Use your feet. And you go up, your arms are vertical. Yeah, way up. You go way up. Way up. Way up. Try to get up. It looks very good, actually. Try to get up with legs that are not separating from each other. So you're making space at the sacrum. You're way up there. Now you do something really important, which is you let the arms go over the head to the ground. Evaluate what's possible first. Stay up there. So if the shoulders bother you, widen them. Yeah. Right now. And you can widen if you need to. Comfortable? Yes. Yeah. Just soften here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Stay there. Now go up with your tail just a bit. Go up so that you are doing something fundamental to the top two ribs of your spine. You go up. You go, no, stay. You go. You go up, up. That's it. Now, leave the arms heavy and long. If anything, you can widen them if you need to, as you begin to come down from the tail.